strong leadership, despite controversy of black hypocrisy. Once enslaved, now we're free. Core values backed by strong moralities. Prestige, pride, integrity, honesty, class, and dignity.
Jamaica has the most beautiful girls. Kathy Levy, one Miss World. Muta Baruka, black philosophy. Black goals, black dreams, Marcus Garvey.
May we truly find happiness. May we drink to life and progress. May you forever be blessed. Here's to more success.
Oh, here's to you and here's to us. And when you're down,
Locked into KLAS Sports FM 89. Got with me in the house now the lady that goes by the name Amari. Amari, welcome.
Hi, it's so nice being here.
Definitely. I know Paul as well.
Oh, definitely. Really enjoying myself in Jamaica. You know, that's where I'm from.
Right. Okay, well, let's start by saying that I think a lot of us got to know you originally as an internet sensation.
Yeah, that's cool.
How did that whole internet thing come about?
You know, my mother had died, and there were so many things I wanted to say to her that I didn't get the chance to. And so I went on YouTube and gave her a piece of my mind, you know. And that was my first video. I wanted to take it down, and then I felt like, no, you know, I needed to say this because I always wanted to be heard. And then ever since, I started to express myself to the world because I realized that the world listened. And, you know, I just embarked on a journey, you know.
And I guess that journey has come full stop now to music.
It's not a full stop. I'm still on the journey because the journey ends when I die as a philanthropist or a humanitarian. You know, I want to help the poor. That's where I'm really heading. So the music and everything else is just the tools that will help me to get where I need to be to help people all over the world, especially in my own country.
So was the music there in you all along, or is it something that you recently discovered?
It stems from pain. I wanted to know my mother, who had left me in Jamaica with my grandma when I was 6 weeks old, you know, and I thought that my grandmother was my mother. And then there was a fight in school between me and my best friend. She sent for her mother, who beat the crap out of me. And then I realized that something was wrong. So I went home and I said to my grandma, you know, how comes you're so old and can't fight for me? And that's when she told me she was not my mother. And I was stunned, you know, and it changed my life, you know, and I needed comfort. I got confused and I turned to music. I started to listen to the radio a lot and turned to music to be consoled. And so that spirit was born from pain, anguish, and not understanding. You know, I really thought my grandmother was my mother. And from there, I started to write songs. You know, we came from a middle-class community, and my family would always talk badly about the poor. And so I wrote The Ghetto Child, and I started from there.
Okay, so the music came before the internet sensation.
Oh, long before, because at 15 years old, I went to Dynamic Studio. And I told Morris, who was then the PR at Dynamic Studio, that I wanted to record a song. I asked him how much it would cost. I borrowed the money from a cousin who knew that all my relatives were abroad and she would get it back. And I recorded my first song, performed in Negril, was in the newspaper and everything. You know, I was only 15 years old. And then at 17 years old, I went back into Dynamic Studio. They had a band and everything, and I recorded Needing You. Also, between 15 and 17, when I was pregnant, at 14 years old, my mother had come to Jamaica. I finally met her. She didn't want me to be in the house, being that I was young and I got pregnant. So she told me to get out, you know. So I went to Ocherias, didn't know what to do. There was this girl who took me in. Life was rough. They hardly had any food or anything, you know. But then I went up to the band at Little Pub and I asked them if I could sing with them. It was a bunch of guys and they say sure, they needed a girl singer. So I lived with the band for over 6 months and they respected me. They took care of me. They fed me. And I think the guy's name was Booth, the owner of Little Pub, you know. But I also won the Jack Ruby when Jack Ruby was alive.
Right.
I won the competition there. So music was always a part of me, not to mention in school. You know, my teachers loved me so much that they would give me permission to have concerts during lunch break and the entire school would attend. So it was always there.
So I guess in the midst of turmoil, you're blessed enough to have a few good people around you that protected and helped you to grow.
Oh, a lot of people. I'm so grateful to so many people. Yeah, a lot of people. Because as you say, even in the midst of calamity, I grow. You know, like some people, they need good soil to grow. I think sometimes the worst of situations cause me to elevate and become more humble and grow even better and faster and last longer.
All right. So at what stage now did you actually migrate?
I migrated when I was about to become 18 years old. My mother sent for me in the U.S. You know, it's a strange way, the way how it happened, but, you know, she filed for me, you know, and everyone else was abroad. She just never filed for me. You know, one day I got up and a voice said, call your mom. I called her and she was like, you need to go to the immigration. I think that some paperwork's there for you. Went to the immigration and they were like, you have an appointment in a couple of days. We need police record and everything else. Everything happened so fast. The next thing I knew, I was in America and like the third day I ran away, too much pressure, didn't understand the system, realized that my mother was this tough individual, and I ran away from home, never looked back. Since then, I've been I've been on my own. And then, you know, shortly after, I met Mr. Clive Hudson on WNWK Radio in New York and embarked into the radio industry. So for like 20 years, I was a radio disc jockey in New York. So, you know, it's not that I left music. At that time, I became like the ambassador for reggae music. And
so you were just sort of doing it from a different angle.
Different angle. Yeah, at one time I was a producer and a radio DJ. I would make sure Jamaican songs were played and everything. But then there comes I stopped writing music because my heart was just overwhelmed. I stopped writing music and everything. And then I started to feel love again and started to write music again years after.
All right. And now, well, we just featured one new single to start the program.
Yes.
And now we have another new single from you called Reach. Tell us a little bit about that one.
Well, I was on the plane on my way to Jamaica, you know, and I was thinking about my fans. And I was thinking to myself, if I could just reach for the sky, you know, they would definitely be by my side. I would not leave them behind. So I recorded the song on my phone. And when I went into the studio, I asked Danger to make a beat, and we recorded Reach.
If I could reach for the sky, you'd be by my side. Your love is so amazing, so good at tasting. My, 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 my. And if I go, I want you to know it's not goodbye. If I could reach for the sky, you'd be by my side. Your love is my existence. There's no resistance.
That's a track called Reach.
Yeah.
So this trip to Jamaica, is it just a vacation or are you doing some work as well musically?
Musically, I'm doing some promotion, but it's like it's not even real that I'm here, with the coronavirus and everything that's going on. I just took a risk and, say I just wanted to come home. So I really came home just to come home. I just wanted to be home, but I just want to come home. So while I'm home, there's so many things to do. But I just miss Jamaica. I just miss hearing my people, being around my people, visiting my hometown. So it's like replenishing my soul to go back and to face the world and deal with this pandemic because it's very crucial on us in the U.S. right now.
All right. So for those who are just getting familiar with you, how can they follow you in terms of social media?
Oh, I would love that. You can follow me on facebook.com/Amari777. That's my main page. You can also follow me on twitter.com/DJ Mona Lisa. And of course, instagram.com/Amari_DJ Mona Lisa _official. Don't forget my YouTube channel. It's just so many of them. You just have to Google Amari DJ Mona Lisa, because what happened, I do my shows on different platforms live. Yeah. But you Google me, you'll find me. My songs are at phantomfireworksrecordlabel.com, which is my website.
Well, it's a pleasure having you come through. And as usual, there's always people hearing you for the first time.
Right.
So give thanks. And until we cross paths again, God bless.
God bless. And thank you so much for having me, especially during this pandemic. God bless you guys.